Hey, this is Nusrat, and today we're going to talk to you the number one thing you can do to increase your sales. So we're gonna wait for that, but first of all, let's just get introduced, right? You might know who I am if you are with me on YouTube. I am a hacker and a fitness enthusiast. So you're wondering, how on earth does this girl have any say on sales, right? Okay, I have another identity which is a bit more prominent than the other ones. I am an entrepreneur. I have my business on creative movement, which is basically a brand new concept, although it really isn't totally new because there has been dance therapy and movement therapy and a lot of other things. So basically, if you follow me on YouTube, you will know that I teach creative movement to help people let go of stress, to help people find happiness, and to help people get confident, because the way that our body is the way we are. For example, when we sit with like these, with really like low confidence, when we talk in a soft voice, and when our back isn't straight, when our head is drooping, and when there is no smile in our faces, for example, like this. Okay, neither is it attractive, nor is it going to be helpful with sales. How our body is basically everything. Because suppose I'm going to meet you on a road and I'm going to be like, hey, your name, how are you doing? I'm Nusrat, remember me? And suppose your body language is very bad, like your head is elsewhere, you're looking like this, and you're like, I'm good. Okay, I would get the impression that either you're not happy to see me, or you don't want to be here. And apply the same logic on sales. It does not matter whether you're a sales professional, whether you're an entrepreneur like me, or whether you are selling something else like as an affiliate marketer, whether you're selling your online course, whether you're selling your product. Imagine the same scenario. If somebody walks up to you and your posture, your voice, and everything, your body language is very low, what happens? In that person is not going to be interested, because basically whatever you're selling, you're representing that. And when you do not represent enthusiasm, when you do not represent confidence, the person who is going to watch you will also lose their own faith and confidence in not just you, they're going to lose it on your product. So we're going to cover a lot of things, and I'm just going to give a quick shout out to a few of my promotions. Basically, these are things that you can use my link and purchase if you need it, if you need AccuWeb hosting, or if you're just beginning any kind of website or any kind of VPS. If you require it, that link, if you use it, purchase it through my link, it will not cause you any trouble, but it will help me out. And also, if you are brand new, I am really into ClickFunnels. I love ClickFunnels. I love their strategies. I love all the tutorials they have. You can try out the 14-day free trial by using the link below. Alright, without further ado, we're going to get started. So what is the number one thing that drives sales? Okay, I have been, basically a bit about me. I have been a journalist, and from there I became a cybersecurity researcher, and from there I started my own business on what I'm passionate about now. So yes, if you want to go to somebody who has no idea of how to do what to do, you can come to me, because I have been like jumping a lot. I have been jumping through a lot of professions, and I know many of you can also relate to it, especially if you're an entrepreneur. When you used to do a job, you had a certain type of mentality, and when you started a new business, you have a different mentality. You have to do things on your own. And it is a creative process, by the way. Like, there are lots of new challenges, there are lots of ways you can do things, and it's just all new. All right, so when I started, I had 0 subscribers on YouTube. I had no email list. I had nobody. Like, I definitely did not have when I started, I was also pretty broke. I could not afford to get a really good mentor. So what do you do when you're starting out just from the blue? Like, you know you have an excellent product, whether it be your course or anything else. You know that you want to sell it, you know that people will be benefited by it, but the problem is there is nobody like there. The people you want to serve, they are nowhere around you. So what do? How do you sell? So I'll come back to the very first point that I was talking about. When you are going to do any kind of sales, you need to develop your personal branding. You represent your brand, so you need to make sure that if for some reason you had never used social media, it's time to use social media. If for some reason you had been like you have been posting things like your lunch or your travel diaries on your Instagram or your Facebook, and if you're really serious about what you're going to do, if you're really committed to it, it's time you really rebrand your any one of your social media accounts. It could be LinkedIn, it could be Facebook, it could be Instagram, it could be YouTube. So whatever you're doing, you need to make sure that it's consistent to your brand. Suppose you're selling a certain type of service, such as a website. Perhaps you design people's websites, and people have been helped in the past by you. So what you're going to do when you're going to rebrand yourself on social media, you're going to go live and you're going to talk about what you do. You should also try not to overdo it. Like, do not only talk about your brand, your work and everything all the time. You gotta kind of make it a bit of shift, because people will really get bored if they keep on seeing website again and again from you. So you need to have that that kind of skill on how to make it creative. You could take some help from those who manage social media. There are so many people, and the number one thing you can actually try is that you can blend things. Whenever you're selling something, you should always try to understand why you're selling it. You're selling something, so there has to be a reason. Whether you created the product, it definitely has some kind of purpose. How is it going to help your customer? For example, when I'm selling my courses on meditation, creative movement, these courses are going to help those people get rid of stress, feel more confident. So when I'm selling these on my mind, I'm always thinking about how can I put my content on my social media accounts related to it. So since I'm selling things related to meditation, peace, confidence, I also put out information related to how to build confidence, how to have more personal power in my social media. So that's going to be like 45% of my selfie and my life, and 55% of how I can help others, of posts that encourages others. So basically that's how you need to rebrand yourself, and you're going to have to be more consistent on social media. The more consistent you are, the more you're going to get more followers. For example, I opened a new account only for branding, and only to actually when I got to know about it, I really loved marketing and I really love sales. So I opened a brand new Instagram account just on marketing, where I only talk about marketing, where I only post about marketing. And I noticed that for first 1 or 2 months nothing happened, and then when I became more engaged, the more posts I give, the more content I share, the more I help people through that. Within few days it became 100. Although it was stuck at like 12 or 13 for 2 months, within 4 or 5 days it became 100. I'm still growing there. So focus on a niche, focus on branding yourself, because you represent your brand. Whatever you are, however you are, how confident you are, how enthusiastic you are, people sees that, and people will not buy the product or service only, they will buy it from you. So the more they have faith in you, the more they see you, the more they understand of what you're actually doing, they're going to have more trust on their decision of buying from you. So the number one thing about sales is rebrand yourself, or brand yourself, put yourself out there. Make sure that you're visible among the millions of people who probably sell something similar. For example, in my niche, which is fitness and weight loss, how am I going to stand out among the millions of people or hundreds of people, or if you're in a very small niche, among the dozens of people around you, around your competitors? How can you bring yourself out, serve your people, and really provide that confidence and that trust in them, so that they really do build from it. That brings me to the second thing: always have your own strategy for lead generation. So I was going through, when I began my journey on entrepreneurship, and when I began to learn about all these softwares and email marketing on my own, it was kind of hard. I remember making a whole website, and I remember just breaking it down and then starting again from scratch, because I didn't know what I was doing, what goes where, how things happen. And I played around and I found out what I'm comfortable with. So if you can, try to get a mentor, try to get a coach, and you're going to definitely save time and save a lot of this energy. It can be a bit frustrating at times. The second thing that is going to help you with sales is that you need to serve people. You need to understand who you're serving and how they can be served to their highest level. So here I'm going to share one of my own personal stories. My relationship with selling or sales was never a good one, like majority of the people out there, right? Most people, whenever they think of sales, they feel like, oh, selling, okay, that's kind of like weird, right? And that is also how my impression was. So the first time I decided that I'm going to be an entrepreneur, I'm going to do sales, it was kind of a rough ride. I was like, okay. So something that really helped me, actually three groups you can say that really helped me, was the first one was Own Your Future Challenge by Dean Graziosi and Tony Robbins, where they taught about the self-education industry and how we can use our knowledge to sell and serve people. That was the first time in my life, which was a few months back, when I learned that selling is not ick. It's actually a very noble service. Whenever we think of a salesman or a saleswoman, we think about rejection, we think about embarrassment. They keep on knocking on every door and they all mostly get rejected. Nobody listens to them. I remember whenever I used to walk through this shopping mall we had, it was kind of like a very crowded shopping mall, but there was a place where if you walk by, everybody would be calling you and trying to grab your attention. Come to me, come to me, come to my store, come to my store. And I used to feel so embarrassed to walk over there. So when I thought about selling, that was the first thing that was on my mind, that oh my god, that that feeling somewhere trapped in my body. And so what Tony and what Dean taught is that, and what there were many amazing speakers there, like Trent and many Jenna Kutcher, and there were lots of speakers, and all of them taught how how beautiful selling is. Selling is a service. And I also remember I do meditation and I watch a lot of meditation videos. So there is one such that is called Full-Time Purpose by Aaron Dowdy and Victor Odo. So over there they also say that people buy Coca-Cola, and Coca-Cola has so many ads, they sell it in millions, and yet Coca-Cola isn't really a very noble product. It creates a lot of diseases in people. And when most of us, when we are here, we're trying to sell something, we know that it is going to help people, we know that we're going to do great service. Why do we feel icky? And people who are selling not so good stuff, people who are selling like crappy stuff, they do it with so much confidence. That is the mindset that we need to shift. So you need to remember that whatever you're selling, it is of the highest good. It is going to help your people. In Own Your Future Challenge, that my perception first changed, that selling is really not embarrassing. In fact, it is a really noble service, especially if you're selling something that is of really great value, that is going to add some kind of quality or some kind of virtue in your client's life. Yes, you need to sell, you need to put yourself out there, you need to tell people, come and buy my product. come and buy my course, come and buy my services, because I know that you need it. You need to have that kind of confidence inside you. The second person who really shifted my perception on selling is an Indian mentor named Coach PSR. So he sells like a maestro. I have bought courses from him, and I love the way he sells because he has so much passion. He sells with so much energy and so much enthusiasm, and he knows that whatever he's selling, he's actually over delivering. If he's selling something of like $100, its worth, the real worth, would have been like $700 or $800 or $1,000. Although he does high ticket offers, he also does like sell at a bigger scale to like high-end clients. Even then, he's always over delivering. He's always thinking about the best way I can serve people, and he does tons of free seminars. He did a 47-day free webinar on law of attraction on YouTube and Zoom, and I had never seen someone other than him serve people at such a huge scale. And this really helped me. And one of the misconceptions I had before becoming an entrepreneur is that my job is to pay my bills, and my charity work and social service and voluntary stuff is another thing that has nothing to do with money. And my own mindset with money wasn't really very good. I used to think that what we are taught, the cliche stuff, money is evil, money is the root cause of all evil, money makes people greedy. And what I had to do before even beginning my journey as an entrepreneur is that I really needed to shift my theory of money and selling. So if you have some kind of limitation in your mind that I should not get money, or money should not be coming to me by doing any kind of noble service, then you completely need to change that. Okay, whatever you are, you have been sent to this world. If you believe in God, if you believe in a creator, you have been sent to this world for a noble purpose. So if your 9 to 5 job or whatever you used to do wasn't serving you, and what you're selling right now, whatever you're doing, your business, or if you're selling some other person's service or anything, that it is not just to pay the bills. It has something beyond that, right? And you need to use that energy and enthusiasm, you need to bring it to your own action. You need to understand that whatever you're selling from your heart, and you're selling it doing a noble deed. So unlike do not fall into the trap like me. And one of the affirmations you can use after waking up in the morning, that after getting up from bed, think that I'm a very successful entrepreneur. I serve millions of people worldwide. Money is my best friend. Money keeps on coming to me again and again. I love money. Money helps me a lot. Money helps many people a lot. A lot of charities would not have been running had not philanthropic people invested money in them. So think about all the disasters that happens anywhere in the world, earthquakes, floods, anything. People who donate money over there in millions, they are usually people who have money, right? They are people who are rich, and they're people who are businessmen actually, who have some kind of business, or who have some kind of huge savings, mostly from real estate or some kind of business, right? So these are the people, if they did not have that money, they would not have been able to donate in charity at such a large scale. So the more money you have, the more good you can do. So whatever you're doing, not only is it serving people, the money you get from there, you can serve at a bigger scale. You can help your family, you can help yourself, you can help your society, your neighborhood. So these are the same principles you need to bring into your sales, that the money I'm going to get from my sales, it is going to not just help me, it is going to help many people. And also the product or the service that you're selling, it is going to help that customer at a very deeper level. One thing you can do, like most people do is that you always need to over deliver. You always need to, if you're giving a service of say 100 points, try to deliver 120. Try to over deliver, try to really get yourself out there. Do not think that everything needs to be put. There are upsells, there are lots of ways you can generate an extra income, but even then within that, try always to give out more so that your customers are always pleased with you. They keep on coming back and back again and again. If one of them feels like they did not really get their value, they did not get what they wanted, it is very difficult to please everybody, but from your perspective, you're going to give your best. And if somebody feels like, no, this wasn't good enough, from your perspective, the slate should be clear. You should give more than what the value is. Okay, this does not mean that you're never going to work on high tickets or anything like that. You will work on that as well, and over there you're also going to deliver. Remember, your value or your service or your product's value is not determined. If you're making a course, for example, the value is not determined by how many hours you work on the course, rather than the kind of service it is doing to your client. Like, how will that client be benefited? What value is it going to add in his or her life? So these are the things you need to keep in mind. The first one is that you need to brand yourself. The second one is that you really need to over deliver. You need to fix your misconceptions when it comes to sales. Okay, and the third place that I learned it from, I actually do not remember the actual school's name, because I saw it in a YouTube video. I'm going to link the video's thumbnail here so that you can see it. Okay, so basically I just loved that video. I loved the way they taught how easy it is to sell a pen. So if you're into sales, I would really encourage you to watch more videos like that. I remember like staying up till 1 a.m. watching someone in New Zealand or Netherlands sell some makeup or clothes which I have nothing to do with, but I just sat down because my country is not connected to that part of the world, and even if I order from them, I probably won't get it delivered to my home yet unless I move out. But the reason I just sit and watch is because their selling skill is so awesome. Every day they come live and they have so much energy. The sales women, mostly there are 2 or 3 women, and whenever they come live, they're like, and they would be like saying hi and hi, so many long, they were just doing that for like 2 to 3 minutes, and I find it so adorable. I find it so invigorating. And then they would start selling their cardigans or their makeups, and I would be like, oh my god, this is mind-blowing, because here I was trying to sell my course on on movement, on dancing, which involves a lot of high energy, and I was feeling shy on how should I really go about and how should I sell my course. For example, I'm gonna do a pitch right now, and you're just going to watch me. Before, I used to be like, hello everyone, I'm Nusrat, and I want to sell to you my course. It's a 3-day course on creative movement. So it is going to help you get rid of stress. I have designed the course in such a way that you get to do both movement and meditation at the same time for 3 days. The meditation does not take long. It will not take you more than 20 minutes to finish the course, so per day. So I hope you take that course. And this is where I used to feel like, oh my god, I'm going to sell something, right? So now, after like drawing so much inspiration from those excellent sales professionals in Netherlands or New Zealand, I'm not so sure, I see it in Facebook Live, and from Coach VSR, from Tony Robbins, from Dean Graziosi, and also from that video of the Indian gurus, and who sold a pen in like just like that in 5 minutes, who shared the art of selling a pen not any grand pen, by the way. I would really recommend you to check that video out, but I understand you're probably very curious by now. So what that video is about is that it is all about selling, and the challenge is to sell a very cheap pen to a very affluent character like a millionaire. So why would a millionaire need a $2 pen when he is using like $1,000 or a very sophisticated pen? So the way the presenters show is that, hey there, this is the, I know you use really fine quality pens, and I know that you have no interest in this cheap $2 pen, but I want to still sell it to you so that you can just keep it inside your bag, keep it somewhere, and just forget about it, so that if you ever need a pen, if you ever have a time when your $1,000 pen isn't working, you can use this pen just for emergency, and it doesn't even cost much. You can just use it and forget about it. You can keep it as a second option, just for an emergency. I was like, oh my god, that is true. It is possible to sell anything. I mean, I was struggling with my really boring pitch that, yeah, I have a 3 days course, and here these people were sharing the talent of selling a pen with so much passion and with so much genuine intentions. One of the things that this video taught me, and which I also abide by, is that be very authentic, be very genuine. Do not exaggerate. Do not, if you're selling a $2 pen, don't be like, this pen is by the king of so and so country, or this pen is a miracle pen, when you know that this is not a miracle pen. Be very authentic, be very genuine, and sell with sell intelligently and sell with passion. So after I had gone through all of that, after I had gone through Coach BSR, after I had gone through those I think it's called, what was it called? It's called Sarah. Wait. The one I'm talking about, the Netherlands one, is called Sarah Gibbons. I don't really sponsor them. I mean, they probably don't know I exist. So I'm just saying it so that you would also check it out, live with Sarah Gibbons or something like that. Okay. So after I learned from them, after I just absorbed the knowledge from them, this is how I'm going to pitch to you right now. I'm going to sell you my course. So if you really need that course, you're going to go for it. Okay, so just watch me. 3, 2, 1. Hi there, this is Nusrat, and I know what you're looking for. You're probably stressed with your everyday life, right? You're probably thinking that, hey, every day I have to go through the same thing. I have to go to my job, I have to do all kinds of things. If you are a working mom, or if you have a business, if you're a female entrepreneur, I know what you're going through, because I am also a female entrepreneur. I have to do so many things at home, and then after that I can focus on my business. I sometimes forget about my own personal care. There are days when I cannot even sleep long enough. I probably get a 3-hour sleep, and then after that I have to wake up, I have to work for my home, I have to work for my business. So I know what you're going through, and for that reason I have created this special 3 days course for you. It is not going to take any time at all. Each day you're going to spend maximum 15 to 20 minutes. You're going to have the most fun during that day, during this 20 minutes when you will be doing this course. The course is 3 days long. You're going to be dancing, and after that you're going to be meditating. I'm going to show you how to do that, and I'm going to do some breathwork sessions with you so that you do not feel stressed at all, so that you feel really fresh. You could do it in the beginning of the day, or you could do it at the end of the day. Whichever way, all you need to do is spend 20 minutes for 3 days, and the cost is only $37. So I know that this is really a very strikingly less price for something that is going to help you for the rest of your life, because after you have purchased my course for 3 days, you are going to be able to use it whenever you want. The breath work, the yoga, the sessions that I teach over here, you can do it anywhere in the house. You could do it while you're cooking in the kitchen. You could do it in your car, at the back seat, of course, not at the front seat while you're driving. I do not recommend that, but you could do it anywhere, at the bus station, at your flight. You could do this breath work, and instantly you will feel a shift in your mood. Your stress or tension, everything is going to go away. So I highly recommend for you to take this $37 course. It's not going to cost you much, but it is going to benefit you in multiple ways. So so how do you think that was? I mean, I would definitely think that this was a bit of improvement from my earlier page, where I used to be so boring and I had no enthusiasm. This brings me to the third thing, that you really need to have enthusiasm. You really need to sell. The more consistent you are, you need to go on live. The more people will know you, the more people will be benefited from you, the more they're going to be willing to buy from you. This means that you might have to spend few times, like you might have to spend few months to build up your audience, to build up your email list, but consistency is the key. And perhaps you're going to spend 2 months trying to do it, especially if you're starting out from zero. Perhaps you have no budget for ads. If you do have a budget for ads, I highly recommend you do it with proper SEO and all that. And if you do not have a budget for ads, if you do not have any subscribers, if you do not have any email list, start from scratch. Be live, go live every day, give people value for free, do lots of webinars, participate in lots of events, keep on being consistent, keep on having a form, so that whenever you're doing any kind of webinar or whenever you're giving away something for free, you can keep those leads, and then later on you can sell them your offer. Make sure that you're very consistent, because people will not buy anything from an unknown person. Yes, they might buy like chocolates and stuff from a departmental store from an unknown person, but I'm sure you're probably not selling that. You're probably selling something which is very unique and which is very different, which is going to be very helpful. So to prove people that you're really going to help them, you need to show up. You need to do your personal branding. You really need to get your communication game up. Your public speaking needs to go up. You need to be live. You need to be very consistent. Whether you have a podcast, a blog spot, a website, or any kind of thing, you need to be consistent. You need to consistently show up for people, and in your heart you need to believe that you really are doing a noble service by selling people. So sell people in the best of your ability. So this is all for today. I'm gonna make a part 2 where I actually go more technical. You could wait for it. You could let me know in the comments below if you're looking for it. This one is a bit more general, how to shift your mindset, how to really get your game up. In the second one, I'm going to teach you on few strategies you could use to really build your email list if you have none, and to really get more of from starting out at zero, because I started at zero and from there I built, and I know how hard that journey can be, and I want to help you out so that you do not have to go through the same journey of trial and error, of creating a whole website and then destroying it and then creating again. I do not want you to go through the same pain. So if you want to know more of it, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.